Oh, hey, what's up? Kings County recently released a new limited edition 10-year-old super hazmat bourbon. Let's talk about it. So today we're talking about Kings County Hazmat Distillery exclusive 10-year-old bourbon monster. This thing is a black label release. If you're unfamiliar with how Kings County releases their bourbons, the distillery exclusive black labels are their top tier releases. So every time they do one of those, it's like their top 10%, maybe even lower than that. It might be like top 1% of their barrels. I think it is actually 1% that they decide to label as the black label. Anytime I've picked up a black label, I've been very happy with it. They're usually on the higher end of the price spectrum, but they're almost always worth it. So, and I only say almost always because there's got to be a bad one out there, but I've never personally tried one. So I've been very happy with every single one I've tried. This one is to mark their anniversary. They started in 2010, so it wasn't necessarily an anniversary because it was like 15 years that they released this, but it was a historical moment for them because it's the first time that they've released a 10-year-old bourbon. And at cask strength, this thing is 153 proof. It's an absolute monster. What's nice about it though is that even though this is well beyond the normal hazmat mark of 140 proof, it doesn't drink like that at all. The distillery was founded by Colin Spallman. Sorry if I mispronounced his name, but he has a long history within the whiskey world. He loves the history behind whiskey, and as a result, he's written more than a few books on the history of whiskey, including like the one is called Dead Distillers and talks about like graveyard tours. It's really cool. Touches on the history of distilleries within New York. And then there's also other books that he's written as well that are just really interesting and really cool. Strongly recommend doing that if you like reading. Kings County was also the first legal distillery within the New York City limits post-Prohibition. So they've got history themselves. So everything they're doing kind of has this historical flair to it. They also do a really wild mash bill for their typical bourbon. So typically you see somewhere in the 70s with corn, rye, malted barley. However, for them, they do 80% corn and 20% malted barley. So very high barley content, no rye, very strange way of doing things. They also typically age in the smaller format barrels, like your 5-gallon, 15-gallon, and sometimes 30-gallon barrels. However, this was a 53-gallon barrel, and I think that makes a difference, to be honest. I don't always love the profile from small barrels, but this is really good. The nose is just out of this world. It has like these cherry notes, rich, just like vanilla and caramel. It honestly has a very classic vibe to it. It's just dialed all the way up. The palate too is very classic Kings County. It has those fruit forward notes. It has some oak tannins that they tend to get. I think that with a lot of their releases, the reason why they get such high proof and the barrel influence they do is just like the climate that they're aging in, which is right in New York City. And it just tends to have a lot of barrel impact, and it really shows in a great way here. It's kind of amazing to me that this profile is achieved with a 10-year New York bourbon. And if you took a 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon, you would be very hard pressed to find something this rich, this flavorful, and this like high octane. I'm sure it can happen, but not very common. This was a super limited release. It was distillery exclusive. And then on top of that, it Went to online sales, which is how I got one, but it's sold out in under a minute. So if you're lucky enough to grab one, cheers, welcome to the club. Otherwise, I'm so sorry. Hopefully somebody will be nice enough to share it with you. I think I said it before, but I'll say it again. This is easily the best thing Kings County has ever put out. It is just their classic profile, which is also what I really appreciate. It doesn't like, it's not an off-profile whiskey from them, which for a special release, that's what a lot of people typically tend to lean into is, oh, I found this super special barrel. I'm gonna release it and it's gonna be like a one-off, blah, 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 blah. But this doesn't, like, this is very special, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't taste off profile. It just tastes very classically Kings County in the best kind of way. And it's just everything you want from them, just amped up, perfectly done. And I really hope that this just kind of becomes like the new benchmark standard for their older bourbon, because whew, they already have a deep name for themselves as being very good distillery. If this becomes their new benchmark, they're going to be unstoppable. This is so good. The only place where I really struggle, and I hope that this is just because it's the first 10-year bourbon, it came in a fancy box, distillery exclusive, yada, yada, yada. The price was $300. That is kind of insane to me. It really punches it in the gut as far as like the value for this. I still think it's well worth it. It just becomes a lot more difficult. If you've had Kings County barrel strength before and you like what they're doing, you like their little bit of funk, a little bit of oak tannins with the rich cherry notes, the classic bourbon profiles with the like patisserie type sweetness, which I've been using patisserie a lot lately, but this does have it. It's like kind of bready, it's caramely, vanilla, cream, like it just has those vibes to it. But then you layer in that Kings County funk and it's great. So if you like that, this is something you have to have. Like, you have to try it, you have to own it, you have to do something to get this in some way or like some form, because it has just opened up beautifully. My bottle has been open for a few months now. I pretty much opened it close to right after I got it. I opened it up and it's been sitting open ever since. I've had a few pours here and there, and every time I've gone back to it, it's just gotten better and better. It legitimately drinks now. Like when I first opened it, it still drank pretty hot. It's 153 proof, that's gonna happen. But drinking it now, this thing, I don't know, like I would guess like 115 proof, like no lie. It is very easy to drink. I wouldn't say it's crushable because it still is high proof and it has a lot going on, so you don't really want to just like blow through all that, but it's got deep layered complexity. It's just high octane. It's good. If you've seen one of my videos before, you know that I do a rating scale of pass, try, buy, or hoard. If you have not seen one of my videos before, cheers, welcome. And also you can watch this video to learn more about my rating system. So today, this one for me, it can't quite get to the hoard it rating. The price really just holds this one back. If this were even $200, it would have been a hoard it rating, but $299 plus tax, that's a lot of money, man. Like, I struggle with that a lot. It's definitely well worth it, so this will get a buy it rating from me. If you're a fan of Kings County, you gotta buy it. It's just so good. Like, I love this. If I wanted to show off what Kings County is capable of and someone is used to high proof whiskey, this is the one, man. With that out of the way, I am a small channel, so if you like what I'm doing, please like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. All that stuff really helps me out a lot. I'm definitely still starting new, so any interaction will just help me be seen a lot more and have me keep continuing what I'm doing. But my little catchphrase is, may your trails be empty and your glass is full, and I mean it. Get something good in your glass, enjoy that. Cheers.